Hello and good evening, everyone. Tomorrow is a very big day for our Indian economy because Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will deliver her 8th General Budget speech. This time, the budget holds particular importance because India is currently facing a lot of unique set of challenges. So, before moving to what can we expect in this budget, पहले ये देखते हैं कि इंडिया का current economic landscape क्या है. The past few months have been very tough for the Indian economy because growth has slowed, inflation remains stubbornly high, and consumption spending has been severely affected. और अब तक का सबसे biggest concern is the fiscal deficit because it is projected to reach 4.9% of GDP, which amounts to 16.1 trillion. So, what is the reason for this deficit? अब आप carefully देखें तो last year we had 5 state and 1 general election, and in those elections government has been spending more on welfare, especially on food and LPG subsidies. इन सब के अलावा RBI ने भी लास्ट ईयर मोर देन यूजुअल 1.5 लाख करोड़ का इंटरिम डिविडेंड डिक्लेयर किया टू हेल्प कुशन दिस डेफिसिट, जो कि इस साल अवेलेबल नहीं होगा. गवर्नमेंट का स्पेंडिंग ऑन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर हैज आल्सो स्लोड डाउन ट्रेमेंडसली इन द फर्स्ट हाफ, which was only 37% till November, approximately 4 lakh crores, and as per the latest data till December it is 6 crores. मतलब most of the spending has been done in December. But here's the good part. This delay in the government expenditure gives the chance to speed up spending in the second half, focusing on key areas like infrastructure and disinvestment. They are already aiming to raise 30,000 crore through sale of state assets and have already spent, as I mentioned, 6 lakh crores of the 11 lakhs crore committed. So there's plenty of room to invest more this year. The biggest question on everyone's mind is, will income tax rates go down in the budget 2025? The answer to this question, it's not just about numbers, it is about livelihoods. देखा जाए तो इंडिया का only 2% population pays taxes, accounting for nearly 27% of the country's tax revenues. Inflation, particularly food inflation, has been weighing heavily on the middle class. In December, food inflation rose to as high as 9%, जिसमें भी prices of essential commodities and vegetables like peas and cauliflower rose to double digits. And as a result, spending has slowed down tremendously. People were dining out less, the sale of new cars took a dip, and even borrowing reduced on both individual and corporate level. So currently, if we see, Indian government actually has a golden opportunity to take a bold action to revive the economy and satisfy the middle class. Through what route? Especially cutting the income taxes. देखा जाए तो we have Delhi elections coming up in just 5 days after the budget, and जहाँ पे we have a large chunk of middle class population. And if the government wants to win this state, a relief to the middle class through the route of taxes might create a big impact. अभी आते हैं सेक्टर्स पे दैट कैन गेन अ बूस्ट फ्रॉम बजट 2025. सो द सेक्टर्स विच आर लाइकली टू सी अ बूस्ट इन द अपकमिंग बजट, गिवन कि ये गवर्नमेंट का प्राइम फोकस हैज ऑलवेज बीन ऑन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर एंड रूरल वेलफेयर. सो दीज सेक्टर्स विल स्टैंड टू बेनिफिट infrastructure, manufacturing, healthcare, renewables, and IT. So here's the thing. China went from $3,000 to $5,000 per capita in just about 5 to 6 years. Then it doubled again from 5,000 to 10,000 in just 7 years. So coming back to India, जिसका demographic काफ़ी similar है China से, can grow in a similar manner. So जैसे जैसे per capita income बढ़ेगी, लोग ज़्यादा spend करेंगे, businesses will grow, and manufacturing will also get a good boost. So this will fuel everything, basically from consumption, production, and eventually economy. Apart from this, in auto sector we can expect announcements like GST relief for hybrid cars, which are currently taxed at 28%, which can give the actual much needed boost for EV expansion. And there are also hidden opportunities in sectors which are aligned to our basic problem, that is water waste management and the new age IT services which are related to mapping, defense border protection, etc. अब बात करते हैं markets की, तो since 2014, looking at the last 10 years of data, the markets have reacted positively 4 times and negatively 7 times. And when the market went up, it increased by approximately 0.5 to 1.5%, and when it dropped, it was around 1% to 1.5%. In conclusion, the budget 2025 will play a very pivotal role in shaping our Indian economy. Expectations are very high for tax relief, especially for the middle class, to support their consumption. And at the same time, sectors like infra, healthcare, renewable energy, and IT look poised for growth, backed by government initiatives and spending. And if we zoom out, India's growth story will not unfold in isolation. FIIs to sabko lagta hai have pulled out 1.6 lakh crores in 2024 from the economy have actually been rerouting through QIPs and IPOs, and out of 1.6 lakh crores, 1.06 crore is actually still in India. The recent economic survey for 2024-25 says India's economy will grow by 6.4%, with farming growing at 3.5% and services doing well. In these challenging times, the budget could actually act as a much needed catalyst to spark a renewed sense of hope in the economy and to create pathways for sustainable growth in the years ahead. So let's see what happens tomorrow and stay connected with Ocean Finvest for post budget updates.